At 6:12 p.m., my wife walked out of the bedroom in a red dress she hadn't worn in years. "Where are you going?" I asked. She smiled, a nervous, guilty smile. "I told you, dinner. My ex is in town. I can't cancel." Those 4 words hit harder than any betrayal I'd imagined. So I stood up, looked her in the eye, and said quietly, "Then I'm ending our marriage." Her face drained instantly. She rushed toward me, grabbing my hands, stuttering excuses, but it was already too late. Because in that moment, I realized something. I wasn't losing her. I'd already lost her long ago.
The evening began like any other, a quiet, unremarkable Wednesday that should have faded into the week like a soft breath. But instead, it became the night that split my life cleanly into before and after. Before the words that changed everything. Before the truth I had been avoiding stared me directly in the face. Before I realized that love, even when tended carefully, can wither in silence long before anyone admits it aloud. I had just returned from work, loosening my tie, feeling the weight of the day settle into my shoulders. The house felt unusually cold, not temperature-wise, but atmospherically, as if emotions clung to the walls in a muted hush. My wife, Evelyn, stood in the hallway, slipping on a pair of heels I hadn't seen her wear in almost a decade. Elegant ones, the type meant to impress, not to blend in. She was wearing a deep red dress. Not her office attire, not her casual going out with the girls dress. This one was different. Fitted, bold, romantic. Too romantic. I froze for a moment, watching her run a hand through her hair, adjusting a strand behind her ear the way she always did when she wanted to look perfect for someone. The sight carved a line through my chest. I stepped forward, my voice even. "Where are you going?" She hesitated only a second, 1 second too long. "Dinner," she said lightly. "I told you, a friend from out of town." I raised an eyebrow. "You didn't mention who?" She pretended to check her purse, avoiding my eyes. "It's just dinner, don't make it weird." But everything in her tone was weird, tense, defensive, almost rehearsed. "I'm only asking who," I replied, calm but firm. She sighed, a sharp, annoyed sigh that cut deeper than she intended. "Fine, it's Daniel." I stared at her. "Your ex." She rolled her eyes. "Yes, my ex, but we're adults, aren't we? He's in town for one night. He asked if we could catch up." I felt the room tilt slightly, the air thinning. "And you didn't think that was something to talk to me about?" "It's harmless," she said too quickly. "We were friends before we dated. We're just catching up." "Dressed like that?" I asked, my voice quieter now, but colder too. Her lips pressed into a thin line. "So what? I want to look nice." "For who?" I whispered. She paused. That pause was my answer. My pulse thudded dully in my ears. Something inside me, a dam, a wall, a rope holding things together, finally snapped. "I can't cancel," she said again, softer this time, as if she realized too late how wrong everything sounded. It would be rude. And that was it. That was the moment the dam burst. I stepped closer, so close she finally had to meet my eyes. "If you walk out that door to have dinner with your ex, then I'm ending our marriage." Her breath hitched sharply. Her pupils widened. Her bag slipped from her hand and landed on the floor with a soft thud. "What?" she whispered. "You heard me." Her lips parted, trembling. You can't be serious." But I was. Serious in a way I had never been before. Serious in a way that steadied my heartbeat and straightened my spine. Serious in a way that tasted like truth. "You're choosing him, but you expect me to stay silent?" Her face crumpled. "No, No, it's not like that. But it was exactly like that. She just didn't expect me to see it. I'm not forbidding you. I'm giving you a choice. Go to the dinner, and our marriage ends tonight. Stay, and we talk about why you felt the need to hide this. Tears filled her eyes instantly, panic flooding in like a rising tide. She rushed toward me, grabbing my arm, her voice breaking. Please, don't say that. You're overreacting. I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't thinking.
You were thinking, I corrected gently. You just weren't thinking about me. Her knees buckled. She sank onto the edge of the sofa, covering her face as tears streamed down. The red dress that once looked beautiful now looked guilty, broken, accusing. For a long moment, neither of us moved. Then, through sobs, she whispered, I'll cancel. I'll cancel right now. Please, please don't leave me. But the truth was already spreading through the room like smoke, unavoidable, suffocating. I had already lost her long ago. We weren't always like this. There was a time when Evelyn and I felt unstoppable, as if nothing could dent us. We used to laugh until we cried, stay up late talking about nonsense, dance in the kitchen for no reason at all. We used to be friends, best friends. But somewhere along the years, somewhere between responsibilities, exhaustion, disappointments, and unspoken resentment, we drifted. Imperceptibly at first, slowly, a millimeter here, an inch there, until one day we woke up sharing a bed, but not a life. People think marriages end with a scream, a slamming door, a betrayal. But sometimes they die quietly, in the sighs, in the silences, in the way one person stops reaching out and the other stops fighting to be reached. Her ex, Daniel, was a ghost we never fully put to rest. They dated for 3 years before me. He left her without warning, broke her. She swore she was done with him, but some heartbreaks never fully heal. They remain tucked away in dark corners of the heart, waiting for a flicker of attention to reignite them. I always knew it, but I believed in her. I believed she chose me. I believed I mattered.
She finally lifted her head.
Tonight made
Mascara
me
streaked
question
across her
everything.
cheeks. I wasn't going there to cheat, she whispered. I swear. I just wanted to see how he was doing. I sat across from her. Why? Her lips trembled. Because he reached out to me last month, said he was going through a divorce, said he missed talking to me. My stomach twisted. And you didn't tell me? I didn't want you to feel insecure. My laugh came out hollow. If your marriage requires hiding your ex because your husband might be insecure, then something is deeply wrong. Her shoulder slumped. I know, and I messed up. I messed up badly. But the worst was still unsaid. Something lingered behind her silence. Evelyn, I said softly, tell me the truth. She squeezed her eyes shut, fresh tears slipped down. I never stopped wondering about what would have happened if he hadn't left me. A knife couldn't have cut deeper. 1,000 moments flashed through me. Birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, moments I thought were ours, but apparently weren't. Not fully. Do you love him? I asked quietly. No, she answered. Immediately, but too quickly, too automatically. Then she amended, voice cracking. I don't think so. My chest hollowed out. Every breath felt like inhaling glass. You were willing to risk our marriage for someone who left you years ago?
Her face crumpled again. I didn't think you'd care this much. You're always so calm, so quiet. I thought maybe you didn't love me the same anymore. I stared at her, disbelief and pain swirling together. You thought I didn't love you, so you ran to the man who broke you? I didn't run, she whispered. I just walked backward. That line haunted me. walked backward. Into the past, into memory, into longing for something that was never coming back. And she hadn't once looked over her shoulder to see what it was doing to me. After what felt like hours of silence, I finally spoke. "I'm ending our marriage because of dinner," I said. "I'm ending it because you stopped choosing me long before tonight." Her breath hitched. "Please, please don't say that. I'm choosing you now." "You're choosing me because you got caught," I corrected. "There's a difference." She clutched my hands desperately, tears dripping onto our fingers. "I'll do anything. Therapy, marriage counseling. I'll cut all contact with him. I'll delete his number. Please, please don't leave me." For a moment, I almost softened. Almost. Because when someone begs like that, when their entire body shakes with remorse, when their love, flawed, fragile, reaches for you, it's hard not to reach back. But then I remembered the red dress, the pause, the guilt, the longing she tried to hide, the years of emotional distance. Something inside me hardened. "I'm not punishing you," I said quietly. "I'm letting you go." Her face collapsed. "No, don't. Please don't." "You need time," I said softly, "to figure out what you want. And I need time to heal from realizing I wasn't enough." She sobbed silently, shoulders trembling. "I don't want him, I swear. I want you." "Then why did you dress up for him?" I whispered. She broke completely at that, collapsed inward, tears spilling, breath hitching. There was nothing left to say. Not tonight. She canceled the dinner while crying uncontrollably. Her voice shook so badly during the call that the words came out broken. I watched her pace the kitchen, watched the emotional unraveling of a woman who realized too late what she had risked. But something inside me felt numb. She slept on the couch that night, not because I told her to, but because she said she didn't deserve to sleep beside me. I stared at the ceiling until dawn. Sleep never came. Only questions. When did we fall out of sync? When did she stop feeling loved? When did I stop showing it? When did we slowly walk away from each other without noticing? Love doesn't die in one night. It fades. Quietly, softly, silently. Until one day, someone dresses up for the past instead of the present. My wife stood in the kitchen doorway, one hand on her hip, the other holding her phone like it was something precious. "Adam, I already told you," she said, her tone annoyingly casual. "I can't cancel dinner with my ex. We've been planning this for weeks." I stared at her, not quite believing what I was hearing. "You can't cancel?" I repeated slowly. "A dinner? With your ex?" She rolled her eyes. "Why are you making this dramatic?" "Because my wife, my partner of 14 years, the woman I trusted, was dressing up to go dine privately with the man she almost married before me." But she didn't stop. "You're being insecure," she added, dismissing me with a flick of her hand. And that's when something inside me, a quiet, tired part, simply snapped. "All right," I said, voice strangely calm. "I'm ending our marriage." Her phone slipped from her hand and hit the floor with a crack. "What?" I heard her. Her eyes widened, panic sweeping her expression like a storm. "Adam, don't do this. You're overreacting." "No," I said. "I'm responding." She lunged toward me, suddenly frantic. Wait, don't walk away. Adam, please listen." But for the first time in years, I didn't. People say marriages don't collapse overnight. They're right. Ours had been eroding for years. Her dismissing my concerns, her just friends messages with old boyfriends, her emotional absences, her coldness, her sudden bursts of affection when she wanted something. I convinced myself it was normal. Marriage was work, after all. But the truth was simpler.
I loved her far more than she loved me, and nothing exposes imbalance faster than disrespect. She followed me down the hallway like a shadow. Adam, stop, please stop. You're not thinking clearly. I'm thinking more clearly than I have in years. She grabbed my arm. Don't throw away 14 years because of a dinner. A dinner you refused to cancel with your ex. She swallowed hard. Her voice dropped to a whisper. He's just a friend, I swear. I just wanted closure. Closure is for the past, but you've been treating me like the past for a long time. Her face crumpled. I didn't mean to. You did, I said. You just didn't think I'd ever call you out. That silence, stunned, guilty, sharp, told me everything I needed to know. Fine, she whispered. You win. I'll cancel. That stung even more. You think this is about winning? Tears filled her eyes. I just don't want to lose you. Now she cared, when the consequences arrived. But consequences didn't erase years of disrespect.
She was suddenly the perfect wife, cooking my favorite meals, checking on me every hour, random kisses, long hugs, cute messages. She thought kindness would erase what she broke. But her guilt was louder than her affection. And the more she tried to hold me, the more I slipped through her fingers. I didn't scream. I didn't accuse. I didn't slam doors. I simply started collecting things. Documents, bank records, messages, her phone activity. I wasn't planning revenge. Not yet. But somewhere deep inside, the ground was shifting. Because I learned something interesting. She hadn't planned that dinner for weeks. It was set 2 days ago. She had even changed her lock screen wallpaper to look nicer, something she used to do back when we were dating. Small things, but revealing. Very revealing. The next morning, while she showered, her smartwatch lit up on the table. A message. From him. Can't wait to see you tonight. Missed you. A spike of cold fury ran through me, but I didn't touch the watch. Didn't take a picture. Didn't need to. I had already reached the point of no return. She came out of the shower smiling, unaware her entire world was hanging by a thread I was holding. Coffee? She asked, sweetly. I nodded, and quietly inside, I began to write the ending of our story. The next few days were a performance. She tried to show me she cared. I pretended to believe her. She tried to fix us. I let her. Not because I wanted us to work, but because she deserved to feel what it was like to fight for something already gone. She tried to be intimate. I turned away softly. She tried to talk. I said I was tired. She tried to explain her feelings. I told her it was okay. And she believed it because she desperately needed to. But calmness is dangerous. It lets truth spread like poison.
1 week later, I sat across from her at the dining table. I've filed, I said simply. She froze. Filed what? Divorce. Her breath left her like she'd been punched. Her fork clattered. Her lips trembled. But I've been trying so hard. I know, I said gently. Then why? Because trying now doesn't erase what you did then. She broke, sobbing, shaking, clinging to my arm, begging. I swear there was nothing between us. I don't care anymore, I said. And that was the truth. The freedom and the tragedy of it. 3 days later, she confessed. They had kissed. Twice. She said it was a mistake. She didn't plan for it to happen. She said she pulled away. But people don't accidentally kiss their ex twice. She only told me because she hoped honesty would save her.
She slept in the guest room. I slept peacefully for the first time in months. The house became silent, heavy, uncomfortable. She tiptoed around me like a ghost, afraid of being seen. Sometimes she tried to talk, but the words died on her lips. She knew she had killed something between us, and she knew it wasn't coming back. During mediation, she tried one last attempt. "I'll change," she whispered. "I already have. I'll cut him off. I'll prove myself." I shook my head. "You should have done that before you gave another man something that belonged to us." She cried the entire drive home.
She moved out 2 weeks later. Not because I forced her, but because she couldn't bear living in a house full of memories she ruined. She hugged me one last time, crying into my chest. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I'm so sorry." "I know," I said, "and I forgive you, but I don't want you anymore." Her sob tore the air in half. The day after she moved out, I found a letter on my desk. In it, she admitted, she loved me. She took me for granted. She thought I would never leave. She thought I would tolerate anything. She thought losing me was impossible. And then she wrote the line that stayed with me. "I never realized the quiet ones leave the loudest." Life became peaceful. Quiet mornings, order, calmness, self-respect, healing. For once, the silence wasn't heavy. It was freeing. Months later, I heard from mutual friends that she told people, "He didn't scream. He didn't threaten. He didn't curse me. He just left." And losing a calm man is the worst pain you can imagine. Love is not enough when respect is gone. Silence is not weakness. Walking away is not losing. And sometimes the most powerful revenge is giving someone exactly what they gave you: nothing. She wanted drama, a fight, an argument she could win. But all she got was accountability and the emptiness that follows it. And that emptiness, that was her real consequence. I traveled. I worked on myself. I found peace. I built a life where trust wasn't a negotiation. And every so often, I remembered her words: "You're overreacting."